and Brownie.
The podcast.
Morning, Melbourne. Welcome to your Monday. Here we go. Another week.
Another week, Christine. How was the weekend?
It was very busy, Jonathan. How was yours?
Were you out walking?
Yes, I did a lot of walking. I did 16 kilometres yesterday, so that was a good day. But I've been out on a date with my son. I've had a Peggy's 9th birthday party with a snake and a...
Are we getting to that in full later?
And a koala in the house. Crazy.
All about that.
And then I sang in public on Friday night.
Did you?
Yes, I did.
How did you do that?
Yes, my friend Claire Brodie had a night of random creative adventure and asked me to sing with her. And my latest thing, and I'll be talking about it after 7, is to do things that scare me. And my initial reaction was, no, I couldn't possibly do that. So, of course, I had to say yes.
Bungee jumping next.
No, thank you.
It scares you, though. Let's do it.
Yeah, but I want to do things that scare me but don't necessarily end up in my death. There's a difference. There's a difference. How was yours? Lots of gardening, Jonathan?
Lots of gardening, Christine Swan. Tomatoes looking magnificent at the moment. What else got? I got a few. Yeah, not a hell of a lot else. Okay. But just wrestling with the kids. Yeah. Carrying on out in the tennis court. I took the kids on in a game of football yesterday.
Right.
I got beaten by Jack and Olivia.
Oh. Yeah.
Myself and Macy went down to those guys. So, yeah, not a hell of a lot to report of a good, healthy weekend at the Brown House.
Do you reckon Macy let you down, mate? Probably, eh?
I thought she did. Yeah. I know she's only 7 years old, but she could have stood up and laid that last tackle. When Jack was on the run, she could at least cut his legs away.
Weak.
Yeah, so I've had words with her. She's been grounded for the rest of the week.
Yes.
Good.
And, she's currently up in a room still in tears, but that's okay.
Sounds fair.
That's a strong parenting, I call it.
Chrissie, Sam and Brownie. Make up for missed holidays with whatif.com this Easter.
Ocean View apartment for me, water park for the kids. Plus, select hotels are fully refundable. Booking cancellation windows apply.
What If is Aussie for travel. Check government advisories before booking and travelling.
Great Shane Keith Warren's funeral. His private funeral was on yesterday. Swanee in Moorabbin, and then they did a beautiful lap of honour after the ceremony of the St Kilda football ground, or Moorabbin Oval as it's been called, RSCA Park now. So very, very poignant. It was great. It was only a small gathering, Swanee, before the big one on March the 30th at the MCG, which is going to be huge.
Yes.
I'm going to try and get along to that one, along with about, 50,000 plus other followers of Warney over the journey. But the family one was on yesterday. A few of the greats, Merv Hughes, the big swerving Mervyn was there. Mark Taylor, the former captain, Mark Waugh. A couple of his good mates, footballers, Stevie Baker, Campbell Brown, our boy Brown Dog, who's his poker mate, was there. So it was quite sad. Obviously, Jackson Brook and Summer and his parents did a lap of honour around the Oval, Swanee, to these couple of songs. Time of Your Life, bit of Dirty Dancing.
Yes.
How cool's that?
Look at what I didn't know that, but look at what I wrote down that's coming through for Mr. Chrissie later.
Smart. This is real.
Yeah.
You're reading the damn universe.
I must be picking up on that.
Again.
So he had these...
he really had the time of his life, and I think that's something we can all put in our pocket from Warney.
I think it summed him up, didn't it?
Yeah.
So his coffin was draped in St Kilda scarves as his family walked behind the hearse. It wasn't like Danny Frawley's, where it was an open... lap of honour, Swanee. So there wasn't thousands and thousands there. It was just still for the family. But it was just nice. And then they finished off the lap of honour with a bit of Tina Turner.
You're simply the best.
How good.
That's
if
awesome.
only they could have flown out the trumpeter.
Great tune.
Tina Turner's trumpeter, remember?
Saxophonist, I think you mean.
Yeah.
Sorry, saxophonist. When he used to just come out... Trumpeter.
What's his name
3
again?
quarters of the way through. Timmy someone.
And he was
Timmy
in...
someone. He used to come out there. He looked like he was dressed for an S&M party.
Yeah,
and he'd just roll out the saxophone.
He'd thrust the air. His hip thrust, Jonathan, whilst playing the sax.
The environment was pregnant after Timmy finished.
Without question.
Yeah.
Go on YouTube.
The air was with child.
Go on YouTube, Tina Turner, the 1993 NRL Grand Final and just wait for the saxophonist and then make an appearance 3/4 of the way
You'll
through.
need a cigarette after, trust me.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
You know what? Just like Warnie would. Warnie would have absolutely loved that, and I'm sure that's why Simply the Best was one of his favourite songs. Eddie Maguire delivered the eulogy. He's a very good eulogy writer, Eddie. Much like Joe Biden. You know that about Joe Biden? He's a eulogy writer.
Right. Did Ed tell some funny stories, JB?
Absolutely. He did tell some funny stories, and a good part of this was Eddie said, the magic part about Shane Warne was that he sprinkled his gold dust everywhere. Everywhere he went, Maguire added. He didn't become a hermit. He brought his friends into everything in life. He had an amazing charisma that took this Black Rock kid, Black Rock bogan, if you like, who could go to 3-star Michelin restaurants and order a pizza in and could walk with kings and the greatest names in world sport, but at the same time, never forget those who he walked with around the streets of Melbourne. Beautiful words. I think that summed Warnie up. He did love Melbourne as well. So, Varley to Warnie, we'll get to send him off in a couple of weeks' time. And also Varley to a close friend of mine, Damien Gleeson, who died late last week. He was the publican owner of the Kelly Hotel, which was our footy club growing up as kids in Warrnambool. He's a great man. Damien used to often see him standing there at the bar with his ouzo and cokes. And as kids, we had a little bit of mischief about us, Swanee, so we'd sneak into the pub and we want to have a bet on the horse or whatever at lunchtime. And we thought, well, what do you do when you're in the pub? You got to order yourself a pot. And so we'd be up there in the full school outfit during the winter time, and you would order a pot from the bar. And then Damien, I remember one day, came over to me and gave me a nudge and said, Brownie, I don't mind you drinking in the pub, but can you at least take your school tie off?
God, they don't make him like him anymore.
Varley to Damien and Varley to Warnie.
This is the Chrissie, Sam and Brownie podcast.
Good morning, Melbourne. Chrissie, Sam and Brownie on Over 100. More Ed Sheeran tickets 2 more times during our show this morning.
13 24 10. What has your kids' reaction been to the news that they're going to become a big brother or sister? Kids say the darndest things, and Michael Bublé's kids have said something that really, it's a curly one. Have a listen.
So we told the kids on Christmas Eve, and we told them, Mommy has a baby in her tummy, and you're going to have a little brother or sister. And my 5-year-old Eli was just distraught. And we said, what's wrong? And he said, why didn't you invite us to watch when you fell in love and made the baby? And I still don't know how to answer the question.
Why didn't you invite us to watch? Is one of the great kids' comments ever. 13 24 10. Have your kids come up with something unbelievably priceless when you've told them that your family is expanding? Apparently, when I was born, my sister's a fair bit older than me, 10 and 7 years older than me. 10 was 7 and 8, whatever. And my mum said, "What do you think it is?" And my sister, who was 7 at the time, was like, "Is it a dog?" And I was like, "No." And she goes, "Is it a cat?" Anyway, she went through about 17 different animals because she was in denial that there was going to be another baby. And worse, another girl.
Oh.
The worst.
Aren't the ears very sensitive when the kids are lurking in the area?
Yes.
It'd be an absolutely traumatic feeling for both parties.
It sure would.
Parents and the kids.
It sure would. Al from Geelong. Al, how did your kids take the news?
I've got a little fella, Monty, who's 2.5, and we said, we're having a baby, and he was just like, baby Chino.
Close.
So he's, coincidentally now we've just called him Baby Chino, so we still don't know what it is. And, he's just Baby Chino now for until he's born, I suppose.
Oh, my God. Please, when he comes out, call him Chino. That's amazing.
First class and 50K could be yours, and everyone that calls up right now. Diane, what do you got for us?
I just have to say, Chrissie, Brownie and Sam, you've made my mornings so much better driving into work. Oh. I really look forward to listening to you guys. You're amazing.
Good on you, Diane.
Woo!
That's a great thing to say. There's not enough compliments in the world. I hope you get one today.
I can't believe, Diane, you didn't lead with long-time listener, first-time caller. Yeah. What's wrong with you, Diane?
That's right. Well, my daughter, she's 2.5 years old at that time. And I had no idea how she left the house. but she was knocking on the neighbours' doors saying, "Who would like a baby sister? Would you like a baby sister?" And I was probably 8 months pregnant. So my neighbour came and knocked on the door, and Chloe walked in head down and just walked in shame to say, "Just letting you know, she's been knocking on the neighbours' doors every, day to say, would you like a baby sister?"
That is fantastic. Did they get along all right once the baby came along?
Not the first 6 months. So after, they were fine.
Diane, you could win first class and 50K, you lucky duck. Finally, let's go to Kilmore. Jake, what do you got for us?
Well, when my son was 10, we told him that we were pregnant, and he actually passed out.
Please set the scene. Where were you?
Well, it was his birthday party. It was his 10th birthday party, and we said, "Look, we've got another present for you." And we sat him aside, and he was standing up because he was excited. And we told him, we said, "Look, your birthday present's in Mummy's tummy." And he goes, "I'm going to be a big brother." Next thing you know, he dropped. And we rushed him to the hospital, and when the hospital finally got him to come to, the first thing he said was, "I'm going to be a big brother."
Oh, he remembered, Jake. That's beautiful.
Jakey, you could win first class and 50K, 3 tickets to anywhere in the world and $50,000.
That's a beautiful story. I wonder if they still get along. Did the baby come and everything like they're in love, the big brother and the
Yep,
little... Oh.
yep, they love each other.
Mate,
Mortal enemies now.
don't move. Back in a sec.
Chrissie, Sam and Brownie.
The podcast.
Good morning, Melbourne. Welcome to your Monday. And don't be glum, because I announce that your chum, Sam Pang, has arrived.
Good morning, Melbourne.
Yeah, I've turned into a regular Pam Ayers.
Yes. From CNN?
Remember Pam Ayers? No, she was like a...
Who are we talking about?
old poet.
The one who's got a very... She reported on the Little
Jeannie
Moves.
Moves. She's one of the greats.
Anyway, let's
She's
start
one
with
of
an
the
obscure
greats.
reference.
Yeah.
Good
Hello,
morning, everyone.
Samuel. How are you?
Wonderful to see you all. Brownie, good morning.
Oh, my bad, Brown. You're on now. You're still from home.
Oh, there you
Sorry, national brand. How are you?
And don't be glum. Like you said, Swan, don't be glum. That's my job.
Yes.
I've got a lot of things I'm glum about this. No,
Really?
glum's not the right word.
How was your weekend? Are we going to find out about it next?
Absolutely.
Great.
And that was the weekend that was.
It was so hot on Saturday. Why? So
Yeah, it
hot.
was,
I
wasn't it?
think it would have to do with the
Actually
sun.
nice.
You can go now.
The rising
because-
sun.
Yeah, that's his. There you go. The rising
There he is.
sun.
There it is.
Hey, residents of Lilydale, get to the Brew Lab from 7:30, Jackie? From 7:30. And you'll see the Nova... Hey, just checking.
Getting Jack's attention.
You'll see the Nova Casanovas.
You got to speak like that when you're speaking soundproof booth to soundproof booth.
can hear you. You can hear you.
It gets my energy.
Ever wanted to offer the team some direct feedback? Well, you can. Shoot us an email at breakfast@nova100.com.au to be part of Chrissie, Sam and Brownie's mailbag. This is what happened over the weekend. News, sport, drama and entertainment. It's the weekend it was with Sam Pang.
What a weekend it was, Swanee. You say you were very busy. I was not. I was actually just flicking through the newspapers yesterday just to give you something because there was nothing. I did nothing on the weekend.
What? Nothing.
Almost nothing.
Did you leave the house?
Oh yeah, I left the house, dear man, and smoked a lot of ice.
Glad you stay away from me.
Why would you say that?
8 minutes past 7. No, I did nothing at all. And but one thing I did notice, by the way, was the Stella magazine, Swanee. Now listen, I think I speak for all of Melbourne or all of civilization when I say I do not care about Anna Heinrich and Tim Robards' relationship. So
The first Bachelor.
that's
he is
that's
too,
one of your
isn't he?
that's one of your I was going to say finest / no, that's one of your worst moments ever in your life to actually
Still together. First Bachelor.
You used to be a gladiator. You won premierships.
You used to drive home as king of the castle, you know what I mean? Like after putting your body on the line. And now you're quoting Bachelor trivia.
Right. I'm,
In correct chronological order too, by the
It's
way.
even worse.
Mate, I'm the new age Peter Ford.
Yeah.
Don't worry about that.
Anna Heinrich and Tim Bozer. Now, full marks to them. Well done. An amazing achievement to get Sam Armitage off the cover of that magazine. But the only thing I'd say is there is nothing in this world I care less about than Anna Heinrich and Tim Robards'
Did you read the
relationship.
article?
I did not.
No, either did I.
Sounds like Brownie did.
Have you clipped it up?
How'd you go?
Very engaging, compelling article.
One for the scrapbook? Did you put it in your scrapbook?
Absolutely. They've had a child, I think a 14-month-old.
God, he knows his details. You've definitely read it.
You know why, Swanee? People don't know. He's got a bachelor scrapbook.
He's got a bachelor in The Bachelor.
Yes,
right.
he does.
So
yes,
anyway,
he does.
I've got that scrapbook filed beside my last 2 years of football.
The Bachelor stories are more interesting. I'll move on and say Priscilla Presley was in Bendigo. Now I like that. She was there for the Graceland exhibition.
I cannot wait to see this
the Bendigo
exhibition.
Art Gallery. I'm really excited about seeing it. But I still do like the idea that Priscilla Presley was in Bendigo, right up there with, of course, Chevy Chase in Brunswick.
Yes.
That, in terms of they don't quite fit to me. These
I agree.
The juxtaposition of Priscilla.
Tom Selleck in Warrnambool at one stage.
Tom Selleck in Warrnambool, Priscilla Presley in Bendigo, Chevy Chase in Brunswick. But I personally never will think that this will be beaten. Lionel Messi over here for the Argentina and Brazil game at a training session in Bandura. I don't think it'll ever be beat.
I think it can be beat.
How?
Dolly Parton in Belgrave.
What?
When did that happen?
She's on Puffing Billy, was she?
Yeah.
That's huge.
Yeah. There is a photograph of Dolly
I'm
Parton.
going to add that to the list, Swanee.
There is a photograph of Dolly Parton at the peak of her powers
Parton in Belgrave.
on Belgrave Station.
That is magnificent.
In front of the Belgrave sign. Look.
Did she sing on 5?
Dolly Parton in Belgrave.
That's magnificent. Wow. By the way, no offence to Belgrave, lovely part of the world.
I know.
Same with Bendigo. I've got, it's where my family's from. I love Bendigo, and we can't wait to get up to that exhibition. But Priscilla Presley, when she flies into town, I think she thinks when she flies into Australia, Brownie, she's probably thinking Opera House.
Yes.
That sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Not the goldfields of Bendigo. Imagine Dolly Parton. I hope that she was on the caboose on the back of their Puffing Billy, knocking out bangers like 9 to 5 and all that as she was ripping through the forest.
Wouldn't that be fabulous?
That would be unbelievable, wouldn't
Best train ride ever.
I'm not afraid to ask the hard questions, but what part of the train is the caboose?
The back.
Back.
As in, what do you mean? Well, they're all got
It's that open part.
Oh, where all
at the back.
Where all of the heroes of adventure movies jump off?
Yeah.
The back bit.
Yeah.
Okay. So what's the front bit called?
The engine.
Nerd alert. Hey, just the other one I wanted to mention was because I kept a close eye on the tennis ever since the Australian Open. One of my big bugbears is that people just seem to swan in for a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And love the tennis, go bananas. And then how great is the tennis? And then we never hear about it again.
It's true.
Nick Kyrgios was defeated by Rafael Nadal at the Indian Wells tournament, Swanee, 7-6, 5-7, 6-4.
It's a round.
Imagine if that was where the story finished. It doesn't.
It's obviously not.
It's obviously not. Well, we'd be on SEN. We'd be on SEN if it did. It was a wild showdown because Kyrgios, by the way, he was watching him. Ben Stiller was in the crowd.
Oh, I like that.
And at one stage during an outburst, are you aware of this one?
No.
At one stage during an outburst, one of the spectators was giving Nick Kyrgios some encouragement about how to hold serve, and he basically said, "Why are you telling me that? Do I tell that guy how to act?" So he was referring to Ben Stiller.
So he knew he was there.
We've got to, see if you can listen real careful.
Are you good at tennis? Exactly, so why are you speaking? Why tell him how to act? No.
Good gear.
Listen to that tennis crowd lap it up,
love
mate. It's
it.
unbelievable.
They've never heard a zinger like that.
I just thought I'd give you some tennis news, Swanee, because, because I don't know if you remember, but Nick Kyrgios and Kokkinakis, they redefined doubles forever for the history of time.
They did.
I don't remember that. It's funny you haven't...
Dino will fight you.
What is wrong with just getting into the Open and that's it? What is wrong with that?
What?
I just like when the Open comes around, then I tune out. That's fine.
I think it's a definition of a fair weather supporter. I don't think you care about the tennis.
Do you celebrate Christmas all year or just at Christmas time?
That's a good point.
Got him.
It's not a good point.
Got him.
Do you celebrate Mariah Carey every day or only when she's touring?
Exactly.
Every day with Carey. The only thing I'd say is, I did try to put yourself in the shoes of Kyrgios where he's playing a tennis match and he looks up and there's Ben Stiller in the crowd.
So Ben Stiller wasn't the one throwing shade at him.
No,
He was
just watching the tennis.
Yeah, that would have been funny if Stiller started throwing shade at him, and then Kyrgios gets back to him for his performance in Zoolander 2 or something like that.
It says a lot about Stiller that he's at the tennis, by the way.
Oh, does he?
Brownie, you and I mentioned a lot. You and I heard recently on a podcast that Joe Montana, Swanee, who was the great quarterback from the San Francisco 49ers, there was a game a really big game he was playing in, and Brownie, to calm down his troops after a play, they came into a huddle, and what did he say?
Well, a big game. It was the last drive of the Super Bowl, and they were behind. They'd have taken the length of the field, and he got into the huddle, and he said to the boys, "Look at that guy in the front row. It's John Candy."
Isn't that amazing?
And it was John Candy. They all started laughing, and then they went down and won the Super Bowl.
Has that ever happened? What about you, Brownie? When you were playing, would you ever notice? Did you ever have an eye or an idea that who was in the crowd? Any some big names?
Absolutely. One day for a big final, I looked up and I thought, "What's Kevin Rudd doing here?" He was the Prime Minister.
You're playing,
and then, mate, can you believe it? We won the game, and he was in the team song.
Oh my God, of course he was.
Come on. Hey, what was his name? 07.
Kevin 07.
Kevin 07.
Do you know what my equivalent was, Swanee? This is a good reminder of where you sit on the totem pole. I remember once I was doing an episode of Have You Been Paying Attention?
Yeah.
And I looked out into the crowd. And there was Guyton Grantley from Underbelly.
Oh, yes. Top shelf.
Carl Williams was there. I thought he was going to ship me during the break.
Ever wondered what happens in the studio? Check out Chrissie, Sam and Brownie on Instagram.
Chrissie, Sam and Brownie on Over 100. The second set of Ed Sheeran tickets for the morning in about 10-15 minutes. Don't move.
I did something that really scared me on Friday night, and I recommend it wholeheartedly. 13-24-10, by the way, if you've got something that you want to do, but it's the idea of doing it scares you, I'm going to see if I can help you achieve your dream.
All right.
So my friend Claire Bowditch is a singer, ARIA award-winning, amazing singer. More than that, she's one of my closest friends. And she organised an evening at Brunswick Ballroom of random creative endeavour, which just meant fun. She just wanted to sell some tickets, everybody comes along and you just have a fun time.
Mixed bag.
Just whatever takes your fancy. Remembering how to have fun again. Anyway, I was over at her place and we were talking about her creative random endeavour, and she said to me, "Do you want to sing with me at the event?" And of course my answer was absolutely no. No.
It's the right answer.
Yeah, I know it was the right answer. But then and she said, "Why not?" And I said, "Oh, that would just be so terrifying. There's 400 or 500 people there. 400 or 500 people at a proper venue. I've never sung in public before."
Who were there for Bowditch.
That's right. And she said, "Please, will you do it?"
Oh, well, you got no choice if she asked. She said, "Please."
So she twisted my arm.
Yeah.
And on Friday night, I sang with Claire Bowditch. And I was terrified, but I did it and it felt good.
What'd you sing?
Cardigan, Taylor Swift. Because the whole sort of theme of the evening was coming out of what Claire called the Great Quiet. She didn't want to call it lockdown.
Gotcha.
We didn't mention COVID at all, but it was called the Great Quiet.
Why did you go with Cardigan?
Because Taylor Swift saved lockdown. It's a lockdown theme, and they were basically all women in there. Anyway, it was magical, and on the keys was the great actor Jane Harbour, who you may remember from Offspring and A Moody Christmas, right? So it was fantastic, but it was really exciting to do something that scared me.
Did you hit all the notes?
I think so. I don't know. I can't remember. You know when you're very frightened, and then you come off stage and I can't remember anything.
But ironically, you could hit them all just relaxed in here, where you sing all the time.
Of course, and I forgot the words when I got up there and all that sort of crazy stuff that your brain does to you when you're terrified. But it does feel good, and it's what they call in the 70s a natural high.
Oh, natural high.
A natural high.
Then I wouldn't know about that.
I also held a snake on Saturday.
Whoa!
So before you move on to the snake.
Yeah.
can I just say congratulations on, and it's to overcoming your fear or saying yes to something you're scared of.
Thank you. Where's the clip?
In saying that.
Yeah, here's the clip.
Oh, no, do you think it was as much fun for the people in the audience who were there, most likely to enjoy the sound and the voice of a professional singer like Claire?
Well, she did sing. No, I agree with you. It wouldn't have been very fun for them. But
well, no, who cares about that?
Bit of meatloaf
Claire was singing. Claire was singing too. So they still got to hear Claire.
Yeah, I'm glad that she was
singing. Does that make sense?
It wasn't just you doing a solo.
Yeah, so it was just, it was really Claire.
Question.
All right, then.
Did you take turns or did you harmonise?
Harmonise.
Was there at one point, any point in the song where you were singing by yourself without Brodie?
Great question.
Yes,
what?
there was.
Well, really?
Yes, there was.
Which bit?
Because she just stopped and she was just looking at me.
Tricked you.
Yeah. Like, when
volunteer.
when a baby's starting to walk and the mum just out of reach. Yeah, that was what happened.
Was your microphone plugged in, unlike the time you did a duet with Delta Goodrum?
I think it was plugged in, unlike the time that I sang with Delta Goodrum, but she made sure that my microphone was unplugged.
And you're stuck on stage for 3.5 minutes.
That was a weird one.
I was such a trooper then, wasn't I? I was such a trooper.
You soldiered on.
Oh, didn't I?
Brodie's just done the equivalent in the movies where the drill sergeant knows that the battalion's stuffed up and goes, just step forward now, own up to it, and then the two guys who did it, who are in the wrong, one of them leans forward and the other one steps forward and the other one just stays.
That's exactly what happened.
And then you were singing on your own.
A little bit. But it felt very good. And also I held a snake.
On stage?
No.
Well, imagine that.
At my house. My daughter had her 9th birthday party and it was a wildlife party. And my initial reaction was, no, I don't want to touch that snake.
Yeah.
It's a big python.
Yep.
But I went, no, I'm going to do it. And it felt great. Is there a python? How's there a python at the kids' parties? Have changed a bit. I know.
The parcel used to be.
I Googled it and they come to you with animals. There was a koala there, a dingo,
She
a
even
python.
got illegal exotics that we can't talk about on air. That's crazy.
That's not true.
Yeah, koala.
Yes, there was a koala in my house. I know.
Dangerous,
it was crazy.
Dangerous, those koalas.
Why?
Big long claws.
I know. Every child, man, woman and adult at the party has got chlamydia, but it was a great party. It was a great party. Anyway, I want to help you achieve your goals. If you feel like you want to do something that scares you, give us a call, 13 24 10, and we'll hook you up.
Bang.
This is the Chrissie, Sam and Brownie podcast.
Now in the studio, Nathan Ross.
Our latest signing, I believe. Is this correct?
Are you happy to announce that, Swanee?
Yes.
Oh, well, it's a good morning, Nathan.
Good morning. Good to see you again.
I thought we'd wait
I'm
and see.
starting to have doubts after the weekend's performance.
Well, yeah, well, after this signing, I hope this goes well because footy might not be around much longer.
Can I just clarify? Of course, you played on Thursday night.
Yep.
And would it be fair to say that your first action for 2022 involved very early in the game Tom de Koning standing on your head and almost knocking you out? And taking a screamer? Is that what happened?
Yeah, very first contest, just a flush knee to the back of the head. What a way to start the year.
It's not ideal.
Nah, mark of the year contender straight up.
It must have felt great too. The crowds were back, so 80,000 people got to witness that firsthand.
Yeah, all Carlton fans too, so it was lovely. They were really nice about it.
Go on, Brownie. Come on. I know you're just dying to ask Nathan some footy questions. What do you got?
You're currently 14th on the ladder. Is it season over, Brodie?
No, we're rebuilding at the moment, so.
Are you gonna start playing the kids? Is that what's gonna happen?
Yeah, we're rebuilding. The kids are coming through. No, we'll be all right. We'll be good.
How was it, Brodie, getting out there, though? Because obviously for 2 years that we've been decimated with live sport, and especially in this city, to be out there in front, even though they were mainly Carlton supporters, 75,000 must have been exciting.
Yeah, it was amazing. It was. It felt like 90 out there. They were up and about, that's for sure. And it's just good to have the crowd back and walking across the G pre-game. It's just amazing to see everyone out and about. It's good.
How do you go with that? Because run us through the pre-game preps when you're playing at the MCG. Your home ground is Punt Road, which is a few hundred metres down the road.
Yeah, we can. You can either park at the G or you can walk across. But most of us decide to walk across and get involved in a bit of the atmosphere early and get a bit heckled from the crowd. And that's good.
Wow. Geez, you would have copped it, wouldn't you, on the walk through with all the Carlton supporters?
Yeah, they weren't too bad on the way through there, but on the way back after they got the win, they let us know about it.
Just to clarify, Swanee Brown, you're asking Nathan where he parks before a game. Is that what you're doing there? Is that your hard-hitting question?
I just see it's just funny in this modern day that actually the players are still walking through the crowd, especially after a loss.
Do you have you got a pass or do you get your car parking validated?
Yeah, get it validated.
Swanee, did you watch the game?
I didn't watch the game, no, because it's a very boring story. Do you have any superstitions before you play?
Not these days, no. I used to be right boot before left boot and all this stuff and food, but I'm pretty laid back these days.
Maybe you should go back to some superstitions.
Yeah, I think we should, as a whole.
I seem to every now and then I'd look up and Richmond seemed to be 4 goals ahead. Right?
Yeah.
This is I've got serious questions in me.
Yeah.
So what happened? What happened to your system? What happened to your game plan? What happened to allow a team?
You're making him nervous now.
What happened to a team that did make the 8 last year, allowed to just Carlton run over?
Are you prepping him for the meeting today with Dimmer?
Well, we have a rule at Richmond, if you give away a 50-metre penalty, it's a meat tray. So I think...
Wait, a meat tray to the entire team to share?
Yeah, so that person who gives away the 50-metre penalty, they have to bring a meat tray in on Thursday and then...
How do you know about quantities for a meat tray?
It's got to be $50. Yeah. $50 meat tray, yeah. So it's a gold coin donation to enter in. It's safe to say that it'll be hard not to win one this week because I think we had 10 50-metre penalties and 7 resulted in goals.
Is there a discipline problem at your club?
There could be a bit of a discipline issue.
Swanee, what's the key to a good meat tray?
Look, I think it's in the good sausage. A good sausage.
I agree with you,
Proper
Swanee.
sausage.
Yeah.
Well, a few blokes are bringing in whole chickens in theirs, and that's a bit...
No.
Yeah, I'm a bit...
They shouldn't be on a meat tray.
No, I agree.
Don't forget the parsley garnish as well, by the way.
Parsley garnish.
It's a nice little touch.
That might have been the reason why you're struggling in the second half, because you're eating meat trays on the Thursday before the game.
I think Jack Graham's got 3, so he might be bringing in a whole sheep, I reckon.
Absolutely, yeah. He'd be in a fair bit of strife. Does Dimmer still fire up after that situation? Like, post-game, does he give you boys a rip for giving away all those 50-metre penalties, or does he wait till the Monday where you do the review meeting?
Yeah, he's pretty calm. He's very calm, actually. I was a bit nervous going in, but he was very calm and just, told us the discipline and a few other things at stoppage. But, we'll review it today and he might get a bit fired up today. We'll see how we go.
Real quick, Jack Rewalt's thumb. Is he cooked for a while? How long does his thumb take to heal?
No, I think he could play this week.
Ran out of
I'm not 100%.
Dino ran out
That's our
of breath.
professional broadcaster. They're running out of breath before the end of the question.
Still squeezed it out, I think you'll notice. So,
no, I think he'll be all right. Grimes had similar thing, and he played after a week, so hopefully he can play. Right on. But I haven't spoke to him.
What about Prestia?
Presti, I think, was a light hamstring, but I haven't spoke to him either. But fingers crossed.
Is that what Nathan's doing every 2 weeks, coming in and tell you where he parked and give an injury report? In injury report.
I like that. It's good.
Can you talk about Carlton?
Yeah, well, they were very good. Yes. They were. We spoke about this last time before I went on air.
You said
they were going to be well.
You thought that they might be good.
Yeah, I felt they were going to be pretty good. Yeah.
I'm interested in that the 2 players got injured and you haven't spoken to them yet.
Yeah,
I would have just thought, like, if Sam was sick, I would have called him by now. Are you guys not close?
No, I don't not really like him too much.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah, you just call Jack Revolt and say, hey, how's your thumb?
Or maybe I'm just not giving too much away.
What are you saying? You're saying Nick Rewell's out for the year?
Nick Rewell retired a few years ago, but he could be out.
Sorry.
Now, Brodie, you
Easy
thought
mistake to make.
This was hard to navigate. Coming up next, it's Brodie's football question of the week.
Mate.
And you have felt no scorn like this. Ethan Broad's in the studio.
That's right, from the Richmond Football Club. If you missed the first segment, he's already said that Richmond season is done and they're looking to the draft for next year. So that's good to know.
And he parks near the MCG. Do you get free parking at the G, or do you get some sort of permit, Brodie, or you got to pay the freight?
Yeah, no, we get free parking, which is nice.
Whoa.
I've got a few questions. Do you identify...
I think you should have to pay on the way out if you lose. There should be some incentive there.
Yes. Do you identify as a bogan?
Yeah, Yeah, I reckon if you're from Perth, I reckon you're a half bit bogan already. Automatically.
It's a special sort of breed.
Why do you ask that, Swanee?
Because I just want to get to know him a bit more.
Great. And because I was on the Bundies last week, so that's already halfway there.
Yeah, I just had an inkling. And how much sleep do you get a night?
Oh, I get a lot of sleep, yeah.
Tell me more about that.
9 hours, a good hour's sleep, I reckon.
And what time do you go to bed?
Oh, daylight saving stuffs me a bit, so...
Me too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
10 o'clock, 9:30.
10? And so you're up at what, 7?
7, yeah.
And what do you have for breakfast?
Maybe an omelette.
What do you...
An omelette?
Yeah.
Okay, and...
meat tray.
Do you sleep naked, friend?
One of the meat trays that get delivered. Hey.
Do you sleep naked?
No, can't stand it, no.
What sort of stuff is on your Spotify list?
Look, classics, yeah. John Denver, REM,
Country Road,
Crowded House.
Yeah, great.
Yeah,
okay, so what year were you born?
93.
And your parents are youngish, are they? Were they youngish when they had you?
No, 30, I think. So, yeah, about...
It's youngish, yeah.
Is it? Yeah.
All right, cool. That was good. I've got a good little
You didn't
picture.
have any questions about Dusty in there.
No.
How many hours? Actually, we should every week that Nathan's on, we should ask him at least one question. Do you how much sleep does Dusty get? Do you think? Like if you get 9 hours and you're going to bed at 9:30 like a child, I don't know why you don't stay up late. Why don't you stay up later? You know, like you're a grown man. You can do whatever you want.
I just get bored.
There's nothing to do.
Go to bed.
So true.
Taylor,
That's why
I'm in bed.
I'm in bed by 8 p.m.
Yeah,
8
I like
p.m. like a baby.
Okay.
How did you handle the umpire abuse? Because it was officially the first round with the big change. Brownie, always curious. Brownie especially because he was terrorised umpires. But has it been a change? Has it been spoken about at club level?
Yeah, I think most of ours on the weekend were for off the man and the mark, so not umpire abuse, but we had a couple, I think, and I think it is good because it, like we said before, at lower level, it can stamp it out at junior footy, but it's costing us at the moment.
It was remarkable how quickly the players adjusted after you guys gave away all those 50s. Over the weekend, the umpire abuse was a positive for me, Swanee, on the weekend because I see it at junior level. It's not a nice thing, especially when they're trying to get younger umpires through the system. So I thought it was really well done by the players to adjust. And, you can tell they were frustrated and they wanted to maybe say something to the umpires, but they just cut it there. So I think it's a good thing going forward.
I've just got an article from the paper, Nathan. I hope you don't mind reading out. Autumn colours shone bright at Flemington on Saturday as celebrity couples made their mark on the track. High-profile names include Andy Lee and Rebecca Hardy, Nathan Broad and Taylor Demir. Demir, who is your
look at you go
current fiance.
Yep.
Currently, she's your fiance. Yeah.
Is his billing before or after Jack Charles? Jack Charles
I actually
was there,
saw
wasn't
Jack. Yeah, he was waving down on me up from the top of the members.
Did he get a
he's higher than you?
Yeah. I was just down there, just waving through his glass window.
Chairman's room.
Can I just, I'm just an outsider, but do you think after a loss that instead of going to the races, you should be training?
A few people have quietly just reminded me through social media that maybe concentrate on footy and not the races.
All right, mate. We've got one more thing to let you go. We know you've got to get home, go to bed.
Also, just a full disclosure, this might not reflect our show, this person's opinions.
Brodie's serious analytical footy question of the week.
Nathan, are you across Brodie? You're familiar with his work?
No.
Well, Brodie wants to work for SEN.
For a second there, I thought you were calling me Brodie, not Brodie.
No, this is Brodie. Brodie's
nice to meet you, Brodie.
Not in the job that he wants. He would really love to be on air at SEN. And this is hello, mate. Good morning.
Good day, Nathan. Hey, mate. Nice to meet you, mate. How you going?
Good. Thank you.
What was that?
A little bit of a clunky start.
That was quick.
Well, do you want to start again? Go again.
G'day, Nathan. Nice to meet you. How you going?
Yeah, good, mate. Nice to meet you.
So, I'm a big footy fan, and this is where I confront players about their poor performances on the weekends, traditionally. Obviously, Richmond were humiliated on Thursday night by Carlton, and you yourself, you had 3 very controversial clangers. In future, if you could kick it to other Richmond players and not Carlton players, the team would be better served.
Is there a question there? What's the question?
Just a statement.
Just a statement. That's a fair statement too. That's a fair statement.
Brodie, do you want to respond to that?
Any response?
What is?
Yeah, you don't have to.
No, we'll train it today and work on it. We're rebuilding, remember? So
There you go.
Right,
Remember the rebuild, the great rebuild.
Well, I think we've scared him off for the year.
Mate, it's Brodie's question of the week. You didn't even have a question mark at the end of all those words.
Yeah, just kick it better. That's all.
All right.
I like it. Set the tone early.
Brodie, we love you. So good luck on the weekend.
Thank you very much. Thanks, Dad.
Chrissie, Sam, and Brownie.
The podcast.
It's going to be a balmy old start to your week, Melbourne. 27 degrees, and we've got a big hour. Welcome, Sam. Welcome, Jonathan. Hello, Dino.
Good morning.
It's wonderful to be here. It is a big week, an hour ahead, Swanee.
It sure is.
Steve Curry coming in.
Stephen Curry's coming in to talk Would I Lie to You and other things. We've got Mystic Chrissie just gearing up, warming
Has a
up.
sponsor.
Has a sponsor.
What?
Yes. All will be revealed before 7:30. And before the end of the show, we've got one of our most exciting announcements for the year.
Yes. Also, if you're in Lilydale, get to the Brew Lab and look for the Nova Casanovas because you get free coffee on us. We treat coffee like a finite resource, and it's time to do the same for water. Let's make every drop of water count. If we can each save a little, we all save a lot.
And
gang.
given it's a brew lab, just walk in there and go, why is it so?
Exactly.
That's some Julia Sumner Miller gear for you.
You're so lucky,
8:04
Melbourne.
on Monday. I mean, it was so lucky.
2022.
Correct.
Chrissie, Sam, and Brownie.
How about some tropical stuff?
Oh, I thought you'd never ask.
I've got plenty for you. Brownie mentioned this earlier, but Shane Warne's family and friends have bid the cricketing legend a farewell at a private funeral. It was held at Moorabbin.
Yes.
In recognition of Warnie's lifelong association with the St Kilda Football Club. But there's a big one at the MCG coming as well, isn't there, Brownie? Is that right?
Next Wednesday, yeah. So Wednesday week, March 30. It's in the evening from 7 p.m. onwards, so they're expecting a huge crowd, 50,000 plus, which will be fantastic.
Did they sort out the naming of the stand? Are they still going with SK or?
I'm not sure what they've settled on, Swanee. I like SK. It's a bit of old school tradition, but I think the family would want. I think they prefer Shane.
Yeah.
The public memorial will be at the MCG next Wednesday, but yesterday was a private affair with cricketing royalty there. Mark Taylor, Alan Border, Michael Clark, Merv Hughes, Glenn McGrath, Mark Waugh, Ian Healy, and England skipper Michael Vaughan. So that's anyway, and Eddie Maguire delivered the eulogy and MC for the service.
Steve Waugh wasn't there, I noticed.
No, he wasn't. He sent a nice Instagram message I was reading where apparently they didn't get along quite well, Swanee, but it's, they shared amazing moments on the field and would have thought that would have transcended that, so therefore that was a nice message from Steve Waugh. Hawthorn, by the way, did you know this? Big weekend of footy, and we had Nathan Broad in here for half an hour. Yeah. Hawthorn had their first their first match under new coach Sam Mitchell, Swanee.
Yes.
And they lifted a ban that was imposed by their former coach, Alistair Clarkson, which vowed to, he said he's going to let his players express themselves, and they welcome back to long sleeve jumpers. John, what's the thing about long sleeve jumpers? Is it a sign of weakness?
Yeah, sign of weakness. If you wore long sleeve jumpers, that was the thought from some coaches, including Robert Walls, the old Brisbane coach, Coach Richmond and Carlton.
Wasn't it a bit hot for a long sleeve?
They played in Tassie, I think. In Tassie? No.
No, Hawthorn was
Melbourne.
Yeah, Hawthorn was yesterday. My friend was there.
Yeah, but some players prefer that, wearing the long sleeves. I couldn't do it. I used to overheat, but it was.
And also, how are we going to see your greasy, rippling guns in a long sleeve?
Absolutely.
On what
that
planet?
was the main reason. I just wanted baby oil dripping off my guns.
Did you oil them up?
Yes.
Did you oil them up?
All the time.
Yeah,
all the
of
time.
course.
Not only on the field, Sam.
Yes.
When I'm walking around the house. That was Kyle's preference.
Jonathan, on what planet is it a sign of weakness to wear long sleeve jumpers?
On the planet of some of the coaches that have coached in the AFL, including Alistair Clarkson. So they thought it was a sign of weakness to the opposition teams. But it's good to see I like seeing the old school long sleeve jumpers come out. So Craig Lambert, a former teammate of mine, used to wear them in 35 to 40 degree temperatures in Brisbane. He used to always wear long sleevers. So he would lose about 3 or 4 kilos during a game wearing that.
Finland has been named the happiest country in the world, Swanee, for the 5th year in a row.
What have they got?
They neighbour Russia too.
Oh, really?
They what?
They neighbour Russia.
Oh,
they share a border with Russia.
What did you say? What have they got, Swanee?
Yeah, what have they got? Makes them happy.
I don't know, but it's 5 years in a row. It's based on life evaluations, including healthy life expectancy, social support in times of trouble, low corruption, and high social trust, generosity, and freedom. So, do you want to know where Australia finished?
Yeah.
12th.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
Little
That's
win.
fine. Yeah, I'll take that.
Little spring in the step.
12th is good. There's many, many countries in the world.
Is there any surprising ones before us, Sam?
Yeah, and who's the lowest one? Where are the sad
It only goes to 20. Finland, Denmark, Iceland, Switzerland, the Netherlands, Luxembourg, Sweden, Norway. A lot of Baltic.
They're all of those. That's
a
all one country, yeah.
Absolutely. Israel, New Zealand, Austria, and Australia. So,
We're basically number one.
Yeah, if you took out the Baltic stuff.
Yeah.
The Logie Swanee, which you are very excited about, after a 2-year hiatus, the 62nd TV Week Logie Awards will be held officially on June 19 this year at the Star Gold Coast Entertainment Resort.
Logan.
Yes. you both will be making an appearance up there, surely, because obviously Christine, we know her popularity in Australian entertainment and television, Sam, but you've won quite a few of these most popular personality awards in the last 12 months.
Sampang for gold.
Hey, regarding Sampang for gold, I'm worried that because Neighbours is finishing, someone will jump on like the Carl Kennedy bandwagon or something like that, you know what I mean? So maybe next year for Pang
That'll
gold.
be good for Pang because he doesn't want to win it.
That's good.
I'm no chance, but it's just Return of the Queen, by the way. It's on the Gold Coast. Didn't you do radio up there?
Sunshine Coast, but thank you so much for paying attention.
How far's the Gold Coast? How far's the Gold Coast from the Sunshine Coast?
3.5 hours.
Oh, yeah, but with the strong signal up there would have been people on the Gold Coast listening to you from
There
the
was
Sunshine
none.
I would have thought so.
No.
I would have thought so.
No.
Streaming.
The Gold Coast is
Digital.
south of Brisbane.
Yeah?
And the Sunshine Coast
Is
is
it?
north of Brisbane.
Really?
It's all sunny, but right? Like,
Yeah, it's all like beaches and, meter maids.
Terrible coffee everywhere.
Really? Mm-hmm. Australia's Night of Nights is to be telecast on Channel 9 and 9 Now. What's 9 Now?
Not sure.
What about you don't
Some sort of
necessarily have
streaming thing, I guess, on like SBS on demand.
Yes, that's it.
Okay, sorry. Thank you.
you don't necessarily have to want to win the gold Logie
Yeah.
to actually win it, because remember Tom Gleeson a couple of years ago?
Yeah, Pang, you have to do nothing and you win it.
I'm
right?
not
wanted
even
it, though.
engaging. It's just a ridiculous.
He wanted it. He campaigned very hard for it, Tom Gleeson.
and a worthy winner. Now, Nick Rewald has maintained his passion for cooking since winning MasterChef last year, Swanee.
Yeah,
You know that?
he's a great cook before and after MasterChef.
Well, compared to you, he was. You went out. What? Did you even finish after the credits rolled on Ep 1? Were you still there?
I think I was just.
St Kilda great is successfully broadening his interest from footy to food and has filmed an ad campaign for Cobram Estate olive oil.
Yes, he is an ambassador for Cobram Estate.
Why would he do that? Do you think it's his love of cooking or crippling gambling debt?
No, he's a proper cook.
Really?
Yeah, he's really, really good.
But financially, he's in a lot of trouble. We know that, don't we?
Oh, a lot of trouble. A lot of trouble. He's getting that sweet, sweet olive oil money.
Smart.
Brownie, you've been quiet on the commercial partnership front. If you look at your fellow co-host on the Couch and think, man, I could get some of that sweet, as Chrissie describes it, olive oil money.
I'm resting on my laurels after Brian Brown, the famous actor, commented on my Dairy Australia ad saying I was quite taken by your acting.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's it.
He was drunk.
You're done.
Anyway, is he, Swanee, I'll finish with it. Is he genuinely a good cook?
He's genuinely an excellent cook. Yeah.
Really? Does he ever bring in a plate on a Monday night, Brownie, on the couch?
He does, yeah. He loves food. It's all he thinks about is food.
Yeah, truly. And knows
He's
his
a
way
real
around
foodie.
all the great restaurants.
Boring.
Do you want to see what this looks like? Well, get the visuals on Instagram. Follow Chrissie, Sam and Brownie.
Don't miss the Specsavers store-wide sale. Ends April 13. Conditions apply. In-store only.
Mystic Chrissie.
Why do I see Grease, the movie, around you?
It was on last night.
It was on, and I did watch it.
What's wrong with you?
When you go to the movies, Anna, you really resent having to pay so much for popcorn.
Everyone knows.
That was a disgrace, that one. That's like saying, I've got a feeling that you don't like getting into car accidents,
What will she predict next?
What I love the most about this segment is the unbridled support and enthusiasm that I get from you
Question?
idiots.
Well.
Yes, Sam.
I've already missed the sponsor.
Specsavers. Specsavers are paying sweet Specsavers coin for this.
Is this their first one?
Yeah, so it's got to be a good one to close the deal.
Oh, is
Let
that
me
right?
put on
This is a little trial.
my special mystic glasses.
Wow, you look like Elton John.
Carla. Come in, Carla.
I'm here, Chrissie.
Carla,
Yeah.
your middle name starts with a J or a P.
That would be a no.
All good, mister.
Who's the J or P name around you?
I do have a daughter. I've got a Paige.
Page. JP, Page. But that's both of them.
That's clear.
That's
clear.
very clear.
No, it's spelled P-A. It's not with a G.
Yes,
it's
I
with
know,
a
but
J.
the sound,
No, it's with a-
J.
Yeah.
Page.
Oh,
P
yeah.
and J. I can see black T-bars, shoes around you.
Mm-hmm. You can?
Whoa.
I can I? Yes, I can. Why can
Definitely
I?
Can. Why can you? School shoes. Not mine.
No.
Yeah. Thanks for clarifying that.
Your birthday, Carla. This is a big one.
Big swing.
July.
No.
Keep going. Keep going, Swanee.
No.
No.
I'll get to know Carla a bit better.
Well, I'll give you, Chrissie, it does start with a J.
It's June then.
Oh,
January.
Jesus.
Yeah,
Carla,
correct.
come on.
Oh, January for sure. Aquarius, yes.
August.
Capricorn.
No.
Capricorn.
September.
December. Jovember. No, seriously now. Come on, Specsavers is paying for this.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe not after this.
White hatchback, Carla. I can see it very clearly. Maybe it was like your first car, or you had one, a white hatchback. Anyway, I'll leave that with you. You can come back to that later.
Okay,
This
sure.
is a stinker.
Lasagna.
Love lasagna.
You make a good one too.
I think I do.
Yeah, you definitely do. I'm seeing the film Dirty Dancing, Carla.
I've seen that.
Oh, that's amazing.
And why do I see like an invoicing computer program around you?
Because because I've got a job and I do create invoices.
You do create invoices. That's a good
it's not
one.
It's not the main part of my job, but
Mate,
on.
everyone puts out an invoice, though.
Who does? I don't.
Mate. Okay.
well, actually, I actually lied. I pay invoices. I create purchase orders.
That must be what I'm
Don't need to
seeing.
lie.
That's clear.
Specsavers are currently in negotiations with SEN to move their sponsorship across.
They're gone. Going well.
I'm seeing a Holden.
There is a.
You mentioned a hatchback a while ago.
Yeah. Well, I'm parked next to a freeway at the moment, so it could be that.
Oh, no, definitely.
What freeway?
It's not that. Even I know that.
Princess Freeway.
Princess Freeway. Let me guess. Bumper to bumper.
No, I'm in the country.
Oh, it's not Mystic Sam, is it?
No, it's not.
What else am I getting off you?
Come on, Mystic.
A strong sense of boredom.
I see Roblox, like Robux or Roblox.
Yes.
Whoa.
Yeah. Yes, what?
Shut up.
Every kid
Well, yes,
plays that.
I've
got a yes.
actually. There was a roadblock this morning, and there never is, and there was this morning.
I thought you said Roblox, the game.
I like. You like Johnny Farnham?
Yeah.
Whoa, how spooky.
And your underwear today, Carla. This is it. I'm
This
going
is
to
it.
finish on this.
This is it.
Jeez. Big swing.
It's black.
Yes.
How does she
got it?
do it?
That's it. I rest my case. Specsavers, see you next week.
Nova. Chrissie Swan, Sam Pang, and Jonathan Brown.
Chrissie's Celebrity Star.
Kanye West has been declined entry to the Grammys. Despite being nominated for 7,000 awards. He's been all over the socials, losing his mind. And the last thing he did was use a racial slur while addressing the Daily Show host Trevor Noah, who was actually going to host the Grammys. So organisers thought that might be a bit awkward, an awkward moment. And great news, though, for TV's Night of Nights. It returns.
Yes.
To the Gold Coast, Sam. You'll be so thrilled to know, because I know you love the Logies.
You're going home. That's good. You're going home to the Gold Coast.
Your people
up there.
I am born and bred in Melbourne, and take that back.
Never lived on the Gold Coast.
Never lived on the Gold Coast.
But you did the Sunshine Coast, the Gold Coast. You know, when you're in Melbourne, it's the same thing up there.
Yes, I know, but
it ends in coast.
But it's not my home.
Yeah, but you did radio on the Sunshine Coast, which means you did radio on the Gold Coast.
You played football in the middle of nowhere to land. What was it called?
Tongala.
Tongala.
One of the greats.
Do you call that home? Are you going back to Tongala?
The way things are at home.
This is the Chrissie, Sam and Brownie podcast.
Stephen Curry, Aussie acting royalty who you would have seen in The Castle, The King, and in our very own Dave O'Neill's hit movie, Takeaway.
Yes.
He's probably done a whole lot of great stuff recently as well. You can catch him 8:45pm tonight on Would I Lie to You? Here's Stephen.
The gorgeous Stephen Curry, thank you so much for joining us.
Probably done some great stuff.
You have,
as well.
mate.
I'd love that.
Is
Thank
that
you,
true?
Swanee.
And if so, please give us details.
Well, look, to be honest with you, the greatest thing I've done lately is to work with you. And
How fun.
Can I just say, so Swanee just told us off air that she's going to see the episodes one day.
Yes. It's hard for me to watch myself on television.
Waiting for a DVD
Well, can I
box
just
set.
tell you, from the outset, from an objective point of view, you're smashing it.
Oh, thank you.
They could not have chosen a better host for that show. Swanee is nailing it.
Nice.
You're bouncy, you're on your toes, you keep everyone else on their toes.
Thank
Loving
you.
it.
That's
Well done.
very
Good reading
kind.
the auto cue as well, Swanee.
Very good
Even though there's
auto.
not a huge amount of that, you're a gun at that.
Well, I was
am
in a
gun.
good spot to be
Okay.
able to see how much of it was auto cue and how much of it was Swanee just bouncing. I'll tell you, 90% Swanee.
Oh, that's kind.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hey, you are on tonight's episode with
I
Matt
am.
O'Kine,
Yes.
beautiful Ella Hooper, what
Yes.
a ray of sunshine.
And Denise Scott.
And Denise Scott.
She's the best.
Who tells an unbelievable story about a negligee.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I believe that
I might even get in it.
you
Am I
may end
allowed
up
to say
wearing
that?
the negligee. I don't want to give away too much.
When you come in to plug a show like that, I don't know what to say and what not to say. What am I meant to say?
Well, don't look at me because I'm very naughty, but I
Yeah.
think that's a good bit of sizzle.
Yeah, it is
Stephen
a bit.
Curry.
It is a bit. But Pangy, you would understand it. You and I have basically made a career out of just bull crap.
Yes.
So, did you get to go on the show?
No, I didn't. I wasn't asked.
You weren't
Or
asked?
invited. And I wasn't made to feel welcome. But I can.
I think it'd be good because you are full of it.
I think there may have
Alright.
been a clash with have you been paying attention.
As much as I agree with you, Swanee was a great choice as host.
Yeah.
You as a guest, when we saw the lineup, I go, oh, that's good. I'm glad they got you on because as long as we've known each other, there are many, many times in my life when I've got no idea. Well, one is what you're talking about, but also, you know, if it's true or if it's a lie, because you are
a liar.
You're a
compulsive liar.
You're a professional storyteller.
Is that the nice way of putting it?
Yeah, you're beautiful like that.
Well, thank you, mate. I
And
look.
great company, and I'm sure it'll be a wonderful episode.
We'll be in a great episode tonight,
bloody
about
will, mate.
8:40, I think it is tonight, a bit earlier.
8:40.
What is it? 8:40.
Whatever time they just decide to finish the other show.
Survivor, yes.
Who did you have the most chemistry with on the show, Stephen?
Oh, look, Ella Hooper.
Yeah?
I've got to say, Ella Hooper is one of my... she's a hero of mine.
She's
I
so
love her.
great.
But yeah, she's great. And she was on my team, so, you know, you have to have a bit of spark.
Yes.
And Frank Woodley... who was telling me? My mum was telling me that Frank Woodley's wearing too much makeup for her liking.
Okay.
Can we
All right.
bring that
Well,
back to Frank?
We'll pass that on.
Yeah,
Weirdly,
yeah.
we have the makeup artist in the studio.
Oh, my God.
Bear
That is
right
so
now.
awkward.
Bear, come on, up your
Bear, up on.
No, but I think Mum's
So,
talking more generally.
I've got to do. I have to just
she's
to
talking
explain
about?
why
Oh my
Beth
God,
is
this
here.
is not awkward at all.
This is an unbelievable
Sorry, Beth.
coincidence.
Into that.
I'm doing a cross
Hiding
to
behind
Studio
me.
10 after the show today.
Far out.
And beautiful Beth.
Do you do Frank's makeup as well?
Makeup.
Look, I don't want to admit it now, but yes, I do.
I think Mum might be talking generally, just like she might be seeing him down
now
the
that
street.
you've got an audience with the makeup artist.
Is there anything you'd like to say?
I would like to say a little bit less rouge on Frank. I don't mind the amount of eyeliner on him. A little bit less rouge.
Okay. There's no eyeliner or rouge.
Are you responsible for his fillers?
No.
Okay. All right. Well, this is my mum. I don't shoot the messenger here.
I can't believe
Helen
that
Curry,
we have
Helen
Frank
Curry's the one
Woodley's makeup
No,
artist.
you know what? I'm gonna back up your mum. Sorry, Beth. You have just caked it on Frank. You can't. You don't even. You can't
he's
even
not
see.
as young as
you
he used to
can't
be,
see his.
though, is he?
You can't even see any of his features. You put that much on, Beth.
What do you mean? He's got great features. I didn't even have to do anything to him.
In
much.
fairness,
to be fair, he wasn't really wearing anything.
No,
maybe
he's
there wasn't
got
enough.
a colourful and almost like a vaudevillian face.
Yeah.
He looks like that all the time.
I really
right. He's
put
really
nothing
a beautiful
on. Maybe
man.
that was the problem.
Right.
So why does he have to wear eye makeup? Because I understand how Dermy wears eye
Makes him
makeup
pop,
because
makes his eyes
he's a
pop.
blonde. He's got blonde hair.
When he's dressed as Khal Drogo. Yes.
Yes. No, he wears it most of the time.
Yes.
Because I think if you've got blonde eyebrows, you need the eye makeup to bring it out. Is that right, Swanee?
I guess.
Anyway, good contribution,
Have
big
eye
fella.
makeup on either.
Beth says that he didn't have any eye makeup
it's
on.
pretty minimal, to be fair. So
Listen, my mum is drunk most of the time, so don't
that
listen
makes
to
me feel
anything
better.
that my mum says. She
No,
drinks a
great,
lot
great.
of
That's a
gin.
good point. I'm glad you brought it up. Because his eyebrows look like they're painted on, and you should do. Anyway, I'm sure you'll be fine, Beth.
Beth, you have a rich voice, can I just say?
and how
Excellent voice.
Thank you. And how good did Chrissie look, though? Can I at least get that?
Excellent.
Absolutely
Absolutely brilliant.
Redeem myself.
Excellent.
And with those bright colours, there's bright greens and blues and stuff going on that thing. Is that a consideration for a makeup artist? What do you go with?
I
a lot
mean,
of black.
well, no, you just have to put a bit more colour into their face because it sort of gets drowned out. So.
Yes,
it's a
mine
very
in
vibrant
particular.
set.
Wow, this is not what I was expecting
No,
to be
it's
doing
not.
this morning. So
No, it isn't. But you're doing very well,
Thanks,
Pepper
guys.
Beth. Is there anything else we need to talk to Stephen about while we
Stephen
have
Curry.
him?
Yes.
Are you annoyed that the basketball Stephen Curry hogs a lot of Google?
My niece, Ella, came up to me a few months ago and she goes, Steve, she goes, my friend Googled you. And I said, yeah. And she said, and she reckons you're worth $330 million. And I went, damn straight. The nugget paid. Put it that way.
Hey, we in the voiceover that Jack Charles did for your intro, he said you're probably very, very average. He said you've probably been doing other great things.
Yeah, probably been doing other great things.
What are some of the things
Do you know
you've
what I'm
done
doing?
recently?
I'm in a fight at the moment. Can I tell you about my fight?
Yes.
Please. So, Oznet, okay? Oznet are a big company that do electricity, okay? The state government have done a deal with them. They built these wind farms.
This is
not Neil Mitchell, mate. What are you doing?
You sound
listen.
unhinged.
Listen, they built these wind farms out in the west, and they had no way of getting them to the city. Yeah. So now they're going to knock over 150,000 trees in the name of sustainability. Our property is one of them. All trees, the house, everything going. Every time I try and talk to anyone, you're going to come up against this because I've said nothing of substance in 30 years. Every time I go and try and tell anyone, they go, oh, what would Daryl Kerrigan make of that? I was like, hey, tell them they're dreaming, hey? No, this is serious. They're going to knock down 150,000 trees in the name of sustainability. And they go, they're going to make a few jousting sticks out of those trees, are they? So he's like, hey, I'm trying to get a point across. It's got to be political. This is the end of my political career before it even started. It sucks.
Go with the vibe. It's just the vibe.
Go with the vibe. Thank you, Brownie. Go with the vibe of it.
It's so fantastic.
You've got a microphone. Is there anything else you'd like to say, or just the ramblings of
What
the
about that?
What, you're against it, are you? I want to know which side I'm on.
I would like to say that there's also a big part of the food bowl, Victoria's food bowl out there, where you get your fries from Macca's from Dino.
Yes, but do you get your rissoles? Hey, see?
You see, it's really fun. We'll make a game out of it. I'll keep trying, and you guys can try and put castle references into it.
What about potatoes?
Hey?
What about the potatoes?
Yeah, but it's got what's sprinkled on top of it. No, it's not about that.
Sam's never seen the castle.
No, they're gonna. But anyway, they're going to destroy this whole place because they could go underground, but it's twice the price. So basically, no one wants to hear it because they get cheaper electricity. But this way, they can save the money on it and just knock down an entire forest in the name of what? Sustainability.
That
Tell them they're kidding themselves. It's dreaming, you idiots. But that's not the point. Sorry, anyway.
Mate, it'd be good to have one of those big wind towers in your backyard, though. They're nice to look at.
They were, yeah.
Or a model one, and you could put it in the pool room.
Hey! See? You see what I'm up against?
Hey, you were the face of Smith Chips in 2016.
I was.
Yes.
Sweet chip money.
Do you know how I knew I wasn't anymore?
How?
Shane Jacobson, all right, rings me up. So he happens to be a friend of mine. I'll pick up that name I just dropped, right? How's it? He goes, hey, cuz. I said, yeah. He goes, you're not going to believe this. I said, what? He goes, I just been asked if I wanted to be the face of Smith's Chips.
That's how you found out.
But genuinely not thinking, not realising that I had been the face. I went, so I guess I'm not the face anymore. And there was like a pause. He went, oh, dear. Oh, no. So you are not the face of enough things yet?
It's true.
You're going to take my chip ads?
Cuz, did you know he was on Man Oh Man in
I do know that.
and he won the episode?
Yeah, he's told me a lot.
It's amazing.
Unbelievable.
That'd be up there with Mates on a Mission, wouldn't it? Channel 7 show.
Do you get the impression that Brownie was offered that and there was a clap?
Oh, yeah. Jeez, I wish I was.
You know those the mates that we've been enjoying Mates on a Mission, right?
Right.
Have you seen? You're
haven't
aware
seen
of the
it.
show?
I'm aware of it. Yeah.
So it's.
Are you going to float series 2 with him?
Oh, that's true. So Shane Jacobson, Chris Smith, BT, and Todd McKinney.
Yes.
Together at last.
Together at last. Yeah.
This is what we've been talking about though. Mates on a Mission 2.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's Ben Roberts-Smith, Andrew O'Keefe, Pete Evans. Who was the fourth one?
Who was the fourth one?
Army Hammer was he?
Army Hammer was the other one. There you go. Who doesn't watch that?
In space.
Who does? Well, it doesn't have to be. It's not a Fast and the Furious.
You don't even need it in space, and it'll just have so many.
Who
viewers.
says no? Channel 7 or one
Everybody.
of those? Everyone.
Yeah.
Not me.
You would play that one?
Yeah, that's the,
hang on, are we
that's the
saying
next fall for Would I Lie to You?
How many stars did you give the original Mates on a Mission, Pangy?
Well, listen, I'm going to binge watch it. You know, in the era of binge watching, I just thought I'd wait till the series is over.
Saving it.
I'm saving
Yeah,
it.
you're saving it.
Okay. My favourite wind up with Shane Jacobson. There was an IGA ad he did, right?
Yes, I remember.
And he said, and he walks in, and he goes, remember back in the days when you'd walk into a supermarket and everybody knew your name, and the guy behind him says, "G'day, Shane," and he goes, "G'day, mate." Anyway, I'm not speaking out of school because I've told him this many times.
That is fantastic.
As you said today, Pangy, you only wind up the people that you love.
No, absolutely you do. And we love you. God, we wish you could see you more, but, you know, you really don't do that much. So and you only come in when you plug stuff. So what
can you come in for no reason to talk about?
Imagine you came in for no reason.
Just for no reason.
Make sure if I do come in for no reason, someone's planted behind me that's going to make me feel really awkward about something that I say.
Well, mate,
that'll be really.
It's a Beth being here is a wonderful example. You can't just say things.
Can't be flippant.
8:40-ish, Swanee reckons. 8:40, Channel 10. Would I lie to you, Stephen Curry? We love your work. Beth, you're all right too,
We love
mate.
you, Beth.
Thumbs up.
Chrissie, Sam and Brownie.
Good morning, Melbourne. Chrissie, Sam and Brownie on Nova 100 next Wednesday. We're at the Town Hall, Swanee.
So exciting. The Melbourne International Comedy Festival is kicking off. It is the most magical time in Melbourne. For me,
mate,
I really love it. There's a lot of people argue that, the footy starting is the most magical time in Melbourne, or the Australian Open is the most magical time. For me, it is the Comedy Festival. I cannot wait for it. And every year we have been lucky enough to be able to do this outside broadcast with all your favourite comedians, including Judith Lucy, Denise Scott, Dave O'Neill, Ursula Carlson, Nath Valvo, Dave Thornton. Can you believe these names? Adam Rosenbachs, Becky Lucas, Zoe Coombs-Marr, plus David O'Doherty from Ireland and Mark Watson from the UK. Would you like to come? I mean, that is a rhetorical question. Christina from Boronia, we will see you there.
Thank you very much, guys. Can't wait.
You get a little brekkie box. You get a little cuddle from us. It is the best morning ever, Christina.
It sounds fantastic. Thank you.
Sometimes it's even more important to be there, Christina. Of course, after our first year where we had an outside broadcast into the Town Hall and the actual broadcast didn't go to air for the first 90 minutes.
That's right.
And we had to ask some of the comedians to come back and have a second go-round.
That's right.
And it wasn't my fault that time.
No, it wasn't your fault. Jackie from Maribyrnong, we will see you there, my love.
Thank you.
And last but not least, Julia from Wonthaggi, we'll see you there for a cuddle.
Oh, my God.
I know. Yes. And a muffin and a coffee. Are you the most excited to see Dino in the flesh, Julia?
Oh, for sure.
Yes.
That's good, because, you know, I'm not a cuddler, Julia.
You're not? Why?
I don't like...
That's not nice.
No, that's not nice.
All right, Julia.
Well, yeah.
You'll cuddle her.
Julia, I'll give you a big cuddle. I'm one of the great cuddlers. Melbourne International Comedy Festival is March 30 to April 24. On sale now. Tickets and info at comedyfestival.com.au. It's going to be amazing.
Yes, and it's next Wednesday, so we'll be giving more tickets away tomorrow.
All right.
All right. Hey, have a great Monday. Put your sunscreen on if you're going to be walking in the sun because it's going to be hot.
John, all the best in the garden.
Thank you very much. All the best.
Chrissie, Sam and Brownie. Ripper Show will be back tomorrow. Chrissie, Sam and Brownie. Oh, unless it's a weekend. Over 100.